Hey, Colin.
What's up, Jared?
What do you think is going to be the best summer movie?
I've got no idea.
Let's talk about that.
All right.
Hey, folks, my name is Jared.
I'm Colin.
We are the Leisure Critics. It's leisure time right now.
Better believe it.
Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming summer releases. It's our super summer movie showdown. Woo! We are going to be rating 6 of what I think are the most important upcoming films for this summer. If they're not on this list, they're either unimportant or they don't qualify under super. First up, the number 6 movie. This is the worst movie that's going to happen all summer out of these 6.
All right.
What do you think is going to be the worst? On the count of 3, we're going to reveal it. 1, 2, 3. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm going right here. 6. Right there.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one that came out, first of all, awful. Absolutely.
I could not bear to see it. Honest, I didn't see it because I didn't want to see it.
The only reason I saw it is it came on Netflix, and I was like, all right,
why not?
Gob's in it. Let me check it out.
Sure.
Megan Fox is, I mean, she's not as bad looking as Lindsay Lohan, which
that's the best description of Megan Fox that I've heard. But nonetheless, the film itself pretty weak.
I didn't even finish it.
See?
Yeah, I couldn't handle anything about it.
Maybe I'm just a cartoon purist. I will play the arcade game till I die, but these new films, I don't know, they do nothing for me. It didn't do anything for me that I wanted to go out and see it. So that's why.
Unfortunately, yeah, that number 6.
The other ones at least have something going for them.
At least we agree that one is going to be the absolute worst.
Yeah.
So number 5. So this is going to be the second worst movie of the summer. I'm not going to say it's even really ranking until we get to 3. 3 is going to be number third best.
Yeah, that's
5 and
nice, yeah.
5 and 4. These are just bottom of the barrel. Not going to be great. So out of the remaining ones, which is Captain America: Civil War, X-Men: Apocalypse, Ghostbusters, the reboot with the ladies, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad. Number 5 on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ghostbusters.
I'm going here.
Oh.
X-Men Apocalypse.
What? No way, man!
I did it there.
No! I can't believe you!
Mm-hmm. You can now.
Why do you think that's gonna be that bad?
Honestly, I don't know enough about it to judge it. It's not my stratosphere enough. I don't know. X-Men hasn't done it for me for a while. Although, I will say I did enjoy Deadpool immensely, and that kind of hinted at me. I mean,
No spoilers.
I won't say spoilers, but I'll just say incredible. I'll just say incredible, and that maybe I judged too quickly. I'm panicked. There was a lot of time.
In your defense, X-Men movies, as in like the first 3 first-generation X-Men movies, not the best.
No.
X-Men wasn't very true to the comic at all. They went way off script, way off book. And how was the X-Men United? Was that the second one? Yeah, because Last Stand was the third one.
Yep.
And that one was just, I don't know. Both of those two of the trilogy were just, God, it was like they were made for TV movies, is what they were.
That's not, no.
Which isn't what you want
Hallmark,
from like.
You don't want Hallmark.
Not with my X-Men. Don't do that to my uncanny X-Men.
What about Ghostbusters though? We're yapping about this.
Ghostbusters, I would love for it to be good. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun, but unfortunately, Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the lowest ranking films for me on this list are things we've already seen before. I am completely over Hollywood's addiction to nostalgia. And Ghostbusters is the same movie that we got last summer, but without dinosaurs and with ghosts.
What do you think? I mean, I don't know, this might be a little too early, but what's going to be the biggest grossing out of all these?
That's going to be my number 1 spot. Number 1 is going to be the highest grossing.
Oh, okay. Well, because
that to me is a success.
All right.
And Ghostbusters, sure, I'm sure it'll bring in some money. It's not going to be the highest grossing. There's no way in hell.
Fair enough.
It's impossible.
All right.
So moving on. Number 4 spot.
4.
On the count of 3. Do you want to take a moment to collect?
Give me 3. Give me
you
3.
Want to take?
I already know my.
You already know what your number 4 slot is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm there.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Batman v Superman.
Oh, I'm going over here.
What? That's ridiculous. I can't believe you. You can't even see that.
I don't see that at all. I can't make that out.
We'll fix it in
That's
post.
a 4. If you can't see.
It's a 4. 4.
It's a 4 right there.
You.
Number 4.
Why Captain America: Civil War number 4?
I think it's gonna be a good film. I think it's gonna be a great film. I mean, it's Robert Downey Jr. Again. But for me, I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not all that interested in it. It doesn't. I see. It's like Iron Man back again. Like I don't know. I love Robert Downey Jr. But I've seen so much Iron Man lately, with the Avengers and with all 3 Iron Mans. I don't know. And now Captain America. It's I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued. If maybe this came out 5 years from now, yeah. It'd be an interesting idea, but I'm a little fatigued on it.
So you're saying this is the Iron Man cash cow, and they're just milking it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Ghostbusters.
So you're over it like I'm over Ghostbusters. Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, I can respect that.
Fair enough. But you're going number 4.
Yeah. I'm going number 4 for Batman v Superman because they've given pretty much everything away in the trailer. Mm-hmm. I think the only good thing about that movie is going to be what everybody was saying was going to be the worst, which is Ben Affleck. Batman kicking ass. Batman kicking ass is something I can get behind.
Yeah.
But in the same way I can get behind robots turning into cars, turning back into robots. Batman being in this movie is going to keep my attention, but I think the story is going to be the same caliber as Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
All right.
That's how I feel.
That's fair. That's a fair opinion.
That's how I feel about it. All right, moving on to number 3.
Number 3.
The number 3 slot for this summer's movies.
Number 3 in the count of 3.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. 1. I switched it up before. I'm sorry. I threw you off.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Suicide Squad.
Right here.
What?
Can I tell you this? You're talking about.
We're really close here, though.
Yeah,
we're really close.
We're getting there, all right.
We're really close.
We're talking about. First of all, I hate Superman. I always have. I really hate him because he's the only superhero who is kind of all powerful. Yeah, kryptonite, whatever. That's the one weakness. Achilles heel. But for me, I've always loved Batman because he always has. He's just a man. He has to use what he's got. And to see Batman go up against Superman, I would love to see that. And Ben Affleck, I think I agree with you. I think he's going to be the big highlight of this film. You're going to be surprised by how good Affleck handles Batman. No, I mean I think part of what this film is yes, the trailers could have been better, whatever, but this is curiosity. I'm curious to see what happens. I really am. So it's going to be a fun flick. Greatest film of all time? No, unlikely, but
highly
fun watch.
Highly unlikely.
Probably I was going to say it's going to be at least average. It's going to be at least an average film, enjoyable, and I think a lot of people are going to be curious about just to see what happens with maybe a train wreck. Maybe it's going to be a disaster. My pick of the whole summer. Everyone just wants to see to see how bad it is. It's a train wreck that you can't look away from, or it'll be decent.
I think it's. What you said about like kryptonite being his only Achilles heel, it really is. It's tough to write a compelling story around Superman because he really is. He's Superman. He can fly. He can blow. I mean, depending on what movie franchise you're watching, but he can fly. He can blow ice out of his breath.
Out of his ass.
Yeah, his powers are all over the place.
Yeah, that's why I hate him. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Batman's going to be the stronger of the 2 characters in the film for sure. Could it be number 3? Absolutely.
I think though, like kind of what you said earlier, though, I really do think that people are going to see this, even if they don't like the film, they're going to say, you know what, we judged Ben Affleck too harsh.
Yeah. Moving on. Slot number 2, the number 2 movie of the summer. We're predicting it for you right now.
Here it is.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. X-Men Apocalypse.
Suicide
you know what?
Squad.
We didn't talk about how I thought.
Oh God!
That
Suicide
Squad was going to be number 3, and you think
it's
going to
erase?
So we're basically.
Come back to this edit?
No.
I think we could.
I think it's interesting to point out that we have both Batman v Superman and the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad in really close competitors.
Yeah.
Their slots. Very, very close to each other.
But before we get on to number 2?
I think Suicide Squad is going to be number 3, possibly number 2. An argument can be made for 2,
sure.
Just because it's one of the few original, like, outside-the-box stories. Granted, I'm sure it's a story. I know it's a storyline that's been done before in the comic books, but this is the first movie adaptation we're going to see of this story being told.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So.
Which I think is great.
So do I.
And why it could easily be number 2. I think X-Men Apocalypse is going to be number 2 because they've got a stellar cast. They have Oscar Isaac is the main villain, for crying out loud.
That's hard to beat.
It's one of those storylines that's, if done right, could be phenomenal. If done wrong, could be absolutely horrible. But they've got a good track record with First Class. Days of Future Past blew me away. And the way they've kind of reset the timeline to be back to comic book accurate, I am very excited to see, or loosely comic book accurate, I'm very excited to see what they do with Apocalypse.
Sure. I mean, maybe I'm not giving Apocalypse enough credit. I did rank it 5, but I am...
You know what? We'll have you go back and we'll watch Days of Future Past after you watch First Class.
Yeah, maybe we'll have an episode after the summer's over and be like, whoa, what happened?
We got it wrong, guys, but we didn't.
But unlikely, because the 2 of us.
And infallible.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that only leaves one.
We didn't talk about number 2s. I mean,
number 2 for you, yeah.
2 for me, Suicide Squad. Kind of a lot what you're saying is that it's just... It's an original, like, it's a fresh take. I mean, yeah, it's a comic book, but, like, I'm really excited to see, this is the next iteration of Joker.
Joker, yeah, I forgot about that.
Which is, I'm just curious to see how that turns out, because, obviously the best is from The Dark Knight. So, I don't know, I'm just curious to see that, but it's also, like I said, it's an original, it's a fresh take. And all these are kind of rehashes of this or that. But I think Suicide Squad is a really nice, fresh, refreshing vibe. So I think everybody's kind of waiting for that. But yes, as you were saying, leaving down number 1, we don't really have to do a countdown.
No, we don't, because, I mean, there's only one left.
Yeah.
And, buddy, this is going to be number 1, without a doubt or a question in my mind. And you are all about that Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Busting them ghosts.
Yeah. I want to hear your opinion on this, though. Tell me.
On your number 1?
No, I don't want to hear you talk about that.
I got plenty
of where you stand. I mean, look at this. Look at this 5 and this right here. This is these are extremes. 1 and 5, 5 and 1.
Chalk it up to a poor script and a bad trailer. But my number 1, it's honestly it's just Marvel's track record. And is it bad to judge the quality of a movie by a studio's track record? Debatable. But I think when you've got such good movies under your belt, like I'll be the first to admit, I don't know Captain America. I don't care about Captain America. I don't like his charming good looks. Just, he's like this cookie cutter good guy.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, who gives a shit?
Which is actually, I will say, it's interesting because Iron Man is not so cookie cutter.
No, he's not. And I know the Civil War storyline. I know the Secret War storyline a little bit better than the Civil War storyline. I know, much like Age of Ultron and so a lot of the other movies are changing around the cinematic universe from the comic book universe. But I'm interested to see how they pull off Civil War without having the full universe of superheroes, because obviously contractual issues. But I'm interested. I mean, I like Robert Downey Jr. I love him as Iron Man. I enjoy watching those films. Is it wrong that, like, my number 1 is mainly because I just really like these characters and I want to see them on screen together?
Not at all. Not it is at all.
I'm excited to see all these guys playing on screen together. If anybody can pull off a ticket this big, it is Marvel. And if this movie is terrible, then I know not to see Infinity Wars. It makes it really easy.
Well, I think, though, the biggest blockbuster, love or hate it, this summer, what's going to make the most money is, in fact, Ghostbusters. First of all, the cast is phenomenal. Say what you will, but it's Kate McKinnon, Melissa McCarthy. Who else?
Kate McKinnon is the only one I'm excited about seeing.
Well, the rest of them are. I mean, they're just great SNL talent beyond Melissa McCarthy, right? Anyways, but that starts. You have that. Bill Murray's going to be it. Dan Aykroyd, and who else? The original. They're going to be back in there.
Which I find interesting because they said they didn't even want to make the movie. They didn't want there to be a new movie.
Money. But they
which isn't a good enough reason to make a movie to me.
Can you tell me this though? I hear that, but when do they say that? Do they say that after the Ghostbusters 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, but time changes everything. Maybe over 20 years, they're like, you know what? We have a new idea. I think it is actually, it's a refreshing route that it's all women. That's interesting. But I really think
I like women.
the movie. Hey, we're all in agreement with that. I think the movie I'm most excited for is Suicide Squad, but I think the biggest blockbuster this summer, the most successful film, will be Ghostbusters. I think it's going to be solid enough, if not, great, new iteration. I will say, Hollywood does have a bad habit of constantly regenerating. There it is.
My dollar signs are with Captain America Civil War.
Regenerating these old franchises, but it has been a long time since they touched Ghostbusters, where one could argue that they have been just fondling all of this for the last decade or so, constantly with the superheroes. So, this is another kind of refresh. I'm okay with that.
Marvel has proven that they can literally take any obscure superhero comic and shove it down America's throat, and they will buy it. All right, folks, that was Super Summer Movie Showdown. That's how we ranked it. Please let us know what you thought in the comment section. Like us, subscribe. The comic section. Well, this is the comic section.
Write a comic strip about us as well. That'd be really cool.
That would be fantastic. I would appreciate that. It's a personal request from the two of us.
Please.
Like, comment, subscribe. And do you think that we got these right? Between the two of us, who do you think got it more right? You know who. It was probably me. Now, I'm going to take some suggestions from people, and we are going to draw a suggestion from our audience. And hopefully they gave us some good suggestions. But it's possible they didn't.
As he's looking that up, you can also comment. I want to know what your rankings are. I want to know that your rankings match up exactly with mine or are similar.
I got paint roller and a toaster. Which one do you want?
Toaster.
You want a toaster?
Yeah. We're going to try and draw this.
We're going to try and draw this. These are our suggestions from the audience. I'm going to try and draw a paint roller.
I'm going to chalk out some toaster over here.
All right. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
This is a haunted
8,
toaster, by the way.
9, 10. Boom! I'm pretty proud.
That's a great looking paint roller. That's pretty good.
I'm pretty proud of my paint roller. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but your toaster's not bad either. Take a step back so we can see your toaster. Is this a haunted toaster?
It is. See, it's got connected to the Ghostbusters. And in fact, it's kind of... It could be... But yeah, it also looks like, what do you call the ghost capture? What's the device called? You know what I'm talking about.
The trap.
The trap, where they just let it slide over.
Perfect.
Kind of looks like that.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much, leisure folks. My name's Jared.
My name's Colin.
And we will see you in our next video where we play which rye is the best rye at the right price for these guys.
Got that right.
Later, guys.
Leisure critics say what? Leisure critics, oh yeah. Food, booze, entertainment. They're leisurely critical, y'all, because LC is the way to be.